Hey guys, it's Loveless, and welcome to another quick reading. So, unless you've been hiding under a rock, you've probably heard that Will Smith epically smacked Chris Rock for disrespecting his wife as he joked about her having no hair. After the event, it was a media sensation, dividing America. Team who should slappeth and he who should slap not. Many felt the whole thing was fake. What do the stars say? It's time for some wicked wisdom. Will is Venus in Aquarius in the chart and Chris is Mars in Aquarius. Let's talk about Will. This chart will mostly be from his perspective. I've always loved him and I still jam to some of his old hip hop. He's such a genius, but I think we were all surprised to see this side of him. There are a lot of Greek lots joined to the ascendant. Perhaps there is a lot going on with Will. The Greek lots show different themes at play. Here are the lots that I feel are most relevant. Peril. I see this when the person is literally in some sort of peril or at risk of it. Memory. As a note, there isn't much information about interpreting the Greek lots, but here we have memory. Could this be a reference to the historic and viral moment that Will Smith created? Kingship. This seems to show up for people who have a lot of wealth, power, or some type of fortune. The parts talking about his marriage and men and women I see as the rumors and issues surrounding his marriage, the negative perception some people have about Jada regarding their marriage. The South Node is in Will's second house, an indicator of certain financial losses. Venus, which represents Will, is joined to the fixed star Castra. Castra is a star indicating the belly of the goat, a malevolent, destructive influence, can show a violent, uncontrollable temper, nature of Jupiter and Saturn. Interesting and very on point. I don't think that Will has a temper normally, but he has this energy concerning this event. This explains some of the energy of anger in Will Smith. Venus is normally a peaceful representation. Now, there's some complex symbolism going on in Will Smith's fourth house, the fourth house representing family matters. I don't mean the TV show, by the way. The moon in Mars here is anger and frustration towards family issues. Will's anger was real. Mars, which represents Chris, is joined to the moon, Will's reputation. I think this is showing anger felt from Will towards Chris attacking his reputation, and feeling that this was also an attack on his family. Let's talk about Will's reputation. That is the 10th house. We see it here at what we call a critical degree, indicating danger in his case and a change to his reputation. His reputation is changing from being represented by the moon to now being represented by the sun. The sun is in Aries in the 6th house, a broken house. The sun is joined to the Greek lot heavy place, and the ancient meaning I think is the same as the modern one. I think this is a place of depression. The 6th house commonly represents illness. Could the sun in Aries in the 6th house indicate the concept of toxic masculinity? I really think it could. But I do not think Will Smith is a toxic masculine person normally. But he did exhibit it in this moment, by definition. Mercury here also shows his fans and supporters damaged by this energy. Let's look at Will's 5th house. Most relevant to Will, the 5th house is going to be entertainment, creativity, and events. Jupiter in Pisces is powerful and very fortunate here. Indeed, this could be showing what we know, that Will Smith is a wildly successful entertainer and super rich. Despite some immediate financial losses, he will be able to continue generating a lot of income from creative projects. Neptune is here, the planet commonly showing deception and illusion. Could this have been fake? I cannot agree that it was completely fake. I see Neptune in Pisces instead as showing the mystery in general around the event perceived by the public, and the association with movies, the Oscars. Let's talk about Chris. He's represented as Mars in Aquarius, sitting in the house that represents Will's family. As I mentioned when I talked about Will, Mars is destructive energy in this chart, and though I doubt he intended to make an attack against Will's family, that's how Will is perceiving it. And in a way, Chris represented for Will in that moment frustrations felt towards family matters. Will's 4th house here that we're looking at also represents Chris's career and reputation. So Venus here joined to Saturn, shows Will permanently tied to Chris's career and reputation now, meaning this was a career-defining moment that won't be forgotten. And just like Will, with his house at the 29th degree, Chris's reputation is changing as well, in the manner that I just mentioned. Uranus, the so-called masses, is in Chris's first house here. If we're going by popularity, Team Slappeth Not and Free Comedy wins. Chris's fans and supporters are Jupiter in Pisces. This is a really good placement for Chris. This event most likely expanded his fan base. He will and does have a lot of support. Other comedians came out of the woodwork defending Chris. Moving forward for Will, the Sun in Aries in the 6th house shows Will having the power to create his own opportunities and work for himself, and he might head more so in that direction. His reputation will be hurting for quite a few months moving forward, but by the time a year has passed from now, I think he will be back to his former glory to a degree. But this event won't be easily forgotten. It's now in memory. Let's talk about Jada. As a note, Jada is most likely Saturn in Aquarius here, a strong and powerful indication she is most likely the leader of the household. Very dignified and outwardly refined, but maybe a little cold and stubborn with what she wants. Saturn's importance shows her as the focus of this chart. She has the most power in this situation. Saturn owns Mars and Venus here. As above, so below is the same in real life as Jada having power over Will, and she has power over Chris as the victim of his joke. Notably, with the moon here, she also has power over Will's reputation. Either way, Chris's joke aside, and no matter what you think of her, I think she looks great with no hair, and is the most beautiful person I've seen that I can remember like this. It's hard for me to not like a chick like this. That's from her old band Wicked Wisdom. Now you see what I did there earlier. As a positive note to end with, Saturn is joined to the fixed star Nashira. Nashira representing redemption and turning evil into good. Perhaps some good will come from this for Will's family, but it's looking a bit rough right now. How Will and Jada proceed with 30 years of marriage, though, is their business. Anyway, I love Will Smith and Chris Rock. I wish these two the best either way, and thanks for listening to my quick reading.